Hey guys, Joe Tunney here at Infinity of Kirkland. Infinity of Kirkland is located in Kirkland, Washington, just outside of Seattle. And if for those of you around the country and around the world, Seattle, it's true, it rains all the time here. It rains about 8 months out of the year, 9 months out of the year. But when the weather is nice, it is one of the most beautiful cities in the whole wide world. And today, the weather is absolutely nice, 80 degrees and not a cloud in the sky. Absolutely gorgeous. And just as gorgeous as this beautiful local trade that we've just taken in, it's a 2007 Mazda Speed 3. And for those of you not completely familiar with the Mazda Speed 3, it's Mazda's high-performance, high-end hatchback, 263 horsepower stock, running through the front wheels, so it's actually a fairly economical car. This one's been modified a little bit. We'll take a look at that. But absolutely one of the funnest small cars that money can buy. Tons and tons of power, and then even though it's front-wheel drive, it actually is a thrill to drive. I'm going to pop the hood. We'll take a look underneath. This is the business end of the deal, 263 horsepower going through the front wheels, as I said. And then something you don't often see in front-wheel drive cars is a limited slip differential. And then Mazda also has their own torque limiting technology to keep the wheels connected to the ground, so you don't get a lot of that torque steer that you would normally associate with a front-wheel drive high-performance car. Sometimes putting tons of horsepower into a car sounds great, but the actual chassis, it just doesn't work out. And so the car drives kind of psychotically out on the open road, especially when the weather gets bad. This Mazda drives very, very well. It's actually quite easy to drive. Come take a look around. This one looks great on the outside. Black painted wheels, a little bit of a baby window tint. Quite nice. If we look inside, you'll see that the interior has been converted to Sparco racing seats. Now, this is a Grand Touring model, so they would typically be leather seats, and also you get Bose stereo system, you get xenon headlamps. This is a great package, and then this customer wanted to do something a little special with his car, and so thus the Sparco racing seats. Now, because of the Sparco racing seats, you got to be careful as a car dealership. In fact, this car is ultimately going to go to the auction, but it is such a popular car, we'd like to get it on the internet. This car, it has no side airbags, and so although you can remedy that, there are ways to put the side airbags back in, put the factory chairs back in. There are switches you can buy and what have you. As a dealer, you cannot get involved in that at all. And so you do not want any kind of liability where you have personally been responsible for doing modifications to the airbags. And so whenever a dealer handles a car like this, it has to be sold just not street legal, tow away only, for parts only. And so it's a little bit complicated and confusing to explain to customers, so it's just simpler for us to send it to the auction. However, if there is that right customer that wants to have a fun weekend track car, they understand the dynamics of these kinds of things, it might present a really nice opportunity for them. Taking a look in back, you'll see the mentioning of the Bose on the speakers here, and then that nice cool interior. Actually, it's kind of a two-texture interior, so it's quite grabby if you're taking turns fast, but it still gives that smooth, soft appearance of leather. Also, the winter floor mats are a nice touch. Now, all Mazda Speed 3s are going to come with a nice top spoiler with the third brake light integrated into that spoiler. This one has a great exhaust that sounds super mellow at idle, but doesn't sound too wild when you give it full throttle. Interior looks quite nice. It's missing its trim component here on the hatchback, but again, it looks nice in the front, it looks nice in the back, inside and outside. It's just a really cool car. Back seat on the passenger side. Let's take a look inside. I learned a valuable life lesson in round one of doing the video for this car. In my life, I've never had such a negative response to anything I've probably ever done, ever. I would say there were 20, not just angry comments about the video, but absolutely irate comments about the video, because I revved the car up over 5,000 RPM, so I'm certain not to make that mistake again. But we do like to, on high-performance cars like this, we do understand a lot of our customers come from out of state, from across the country, and of course beyond the United States. We sell export mini cars outside of the United States. And so a lot of customers go, well, if this car's modified, I want to hear the way it sounds. I want to know definitively, is this car a sound running car? And so for that particular customer, if you would like us to make a custom video for you, if you'd like me to put it up on the lift, if you'd like me to do anything at all to make you more comfortable before this car goes to the auction, and say, hey, you know what, this car is affordable enough, this might present a real cool opportunity for me to have an awesome, fast, stylish car for not very much money. We will custom tailor videos or photographs, or we'll get a copy of the shop report and we can fax it right to your office. We can scan, email it right to your home computer. Whatever you want, we're here to get the answers that you need. If you have any questions at all about anything to do with this car, it actually is a really, really nice car, and I think it'd be a fun car for the right customer. Please give me a call anytime. My name's Joe Tunney here at Infinity of Kirkland. Phone number is 425-821-1600, or just drop me an email anytime at joet@infinityofkirkland.com.